Hey y'all, okay, so I am back with a video that I think is going to blow your mind. Already hot. So I posted this survey yesterday and it states, keeping the hair moisturized is key to preventing breakage. Preventing breakage encourages length retention and density. Which do you feel is a better way to keep your hair moisturized? And the choices are hair grease and water only, moisturizing products and oil, which is the LOC or the LCO method, or by deep conditioning. Okay guys, I am so shocked that grease and water received the most votes, which is currently 47%. So y'all know I use only grease and water to keep my hair moisturized and conditioned. I've received a lot of comments regarding the regimen in which y'all are advising that the regimen is causing your hair to feel really dry. Okay, so y'all have mentioned that you're having to use a moisturizing product such as a leave-in conditioner, a moisturizing cream, or even just deep condition your hair, to help it feel soft and moisturized before applying the grease. So basically you're doing the LCO or the LOC method. LCO meaning liquid, cream, and then an oil. LOC is the liquid, the oil, and then a cream, to help seal in the moisture, to make sure your hair is moisturized. Okay, y'all, so just as an FYI, I'm having to use my cell phone. Something is going on with my camera, as I mentioned in a previous video, but we're going to get this video done. Okay, so I decided to do an experiment just to see how long the moisture in the products last, meaning how long do these products actually keep the hair moisturized. Is it longer than the 2 to 3 days that I experienced with only using grease and water? So just as a reminder, I only use grease and water for my hair about 95% of the time. I use a deep conditioner and a leave-in maybe about 2 to 3 times a year, which is mainly when I flat iron my hair. And as I have mentioned, sometimes when I'm just tired of smelling the hair grease. I use the ORS Moisturizing Hair Lotion for my daughter's hair. Both daughters. So I am going to get a little of this luxury moisturizing treatment by Silk Elements and put it into this little bowl to see how long it will take the water, which is the first ingredient. Where is it? I'm going to see how long it takes the water to evaporate from the product. Okay, so this is what it looks like after I take the lid off. When I put it into this bowl, I'm not going to cover it. Just going to keep it in the bowl and just let it sit out. Okay, y'all, so this is what it looks like on day one. It kind of looks like, you can see the water in it, but, that could be oil or some other ingredient. But this is how it feels. It's really, really soft, and it feels really silky and smooth. Zoom out a bit. See that? Okay, so I have my Cream of Nature Argan Oil leave-in conditioner, and I'm just going to shake it up, mix everything up, and then pour some into this little white bowl. I'm putting it in this white bowl so we can see it. Can see if the color changes. Or I'm just going to pour some in there. Okay, that's what it looks like. So with this one, I'm going to see if the water in the product completely evaporates and maybe like the oil or yeah, maybe like the oil only remains in the bowl. Okay, and this is the consistency of it. Okay, so now I have the olive oil, oil moisturizing hair lotion. Let's find the ingredients. Water is the first ingredient. Okay, so I put it in this white bowl, and this is the consistency. It's really thin and smooth, feels silky, feels wet, somewhat looks like the moisturizing treatment. Looks like you can see the water, but we don't know, it could be oil. So that's the consistency. And I didn't put a lot in this bowl because I didn't have a lot. I need to go and buy some more. That's how much I put in there. Okay, so I'm just going to keep the little bowls up here each day out of the way. Okay guys, it has been exactly 24 hours since I put the products in these bowls, and I just wanted to show y'all how much moisture has, I guess, evaporated from the products, just to show you what the products look like. Okay, so this is the Silk Elements moisturizing treatment. As you can see, it's looking dried out. It's looking hard. You see that? At first it was all loose and shiny, wet looking. So I'm going to move it around to see if there's any moisture underneath the top layer. And when I move it around, it is kind of wet. See that? But on top, it looks dried out. So that does tell me that the moisture is leaving the product. But again, it is still some right in here. I assume that that top layer is dried out because, you know, it's more exposed. But underneath, you know, the moisture is still there. But that top layer is providing like a barrier for the moisture at the bottom of the bowl. Okay, y'all, so this is what the leave-in conditioner looks like. As you can see, it has dried up. Let's see if I can pour some out. Nope. It has dried up, and I'm thinking it's going to be sticky, feel sticky. But no, it's not sticky. It's real oily. It feels real silky and oily. You see that? That's not water or any kind of liquid. It's just oil. So all of the moisture has evaporated from this product. And again, it's only been 24 hours. But my hand does feel really smooth and conditioned. Okay, and last we have the ORS Moisturizing Hair Lotion. As you can see, the color has gotten darker, and I assume it's because the moisture has left the top layer of the product. It still looks shiny, but I'm thinking that's just oil. So let's touch it and see. See, it's hard. I knew that. You can kind of look at it and tell that it has hardened. Let's see, it's even hard. Now I have to like pinch it to pick it up, but before you could just rub your hand like that. So this is what it looks like. There's still a little moisture, just a little bit, not a lot. It feels wet, just a little bit. But it is soft. The inner layer, you know, not the top layer. The top layer feels hard. But once you move the top layer around and get down to the product that's close to the bowl, it's soft, but it's not, as you can tell, the moisture has left the product. Okay, so since I wash my hair every 2 to 3 days to add moisture back into my hair, because to me my hair has dried out within 3 days, my hair and my scalp has dried out, I'm going to let the product remain in the little bowls for another 2 days just to see mainly if all of the moisture is going to evaporate from this product. We know it's pretty much gone. It's gone for the leave-in conditioner. And the ORS. I'm curious to see what it's going to look like. In 2 more days, I can only imagine how hard the product is going to feel, because I'm assuming that all of the moisture is going to completely evaporate out of the product, just as I think it does my hair and my scalp. Okay, so the results of day 1 kind of made me curious and question whether or not the oil residue that's left over, you know, once the moisture has evaporated, that oil layer remains on the hair strand. Do you think that that could possibly cause heat damage to the hair? Meaning, you know, when the oil is there and we get that hot flat iron and put it on the hair, we're basically frying the hair. You know, the heat is burning the oil, the hot oil is damaging is possibly damaging the hair strand. So I just kind of, you know, was like, that's interesting. Okay, y'all, so it has been exactly 2 days since I recorded the previous clip, and I just wanted to show y'all what the products are looking like. Okay, so we're going to start with the Silk Elements Moisturizing. Let's see if I can zoom in. The moisturizing treatment. See how it feels. Okay, it's soft, but it is kind of hard on the top still. That's what it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up. As you can see, it doesn't, well, there's a little shine right there. But it still looks a tad bit wet underneath the hard part. You see right here, let me see, where is it? Right here, how dark it is, that's the hard part. Well, that's where the product has hardened. If I come in, you can see that it's a little shiny. So that's either the water or oil. Let me put it down and see. That's more so oil. So you can see it's shiny. So I'm assuming that the water has evaporated from the product. See that? How shiny it is. But it is soft, you know, underneath the hard part. Okay, so next I'm going to look at the Cream of Nature leave-in conditioner. As you can see, it has dried up even more. It's still a little shiny, but it's dry. So let's see what it feels like. It feels a little crusty. Hard and crusty. Let me see. Okay, I was able to get some oil from the bottom, from the little shiny section, but it doesn't feel wet at all. It just feel oily. See that? So all of the water, the moisture has evaporated from this product. And you see that I'm trying to move the product around, even though it has hardened. Like the Silk Elements, I was able to move it around. But this leave-in has hardened so much that I'm not able to even move it around. So you kind of have to think, is this what happens when you put this product on your hair? Is this the reason we experience buildup? See that? Let me see it here. Nope, couldn't move that either. See? It's not moving. It's dry. Okay, and last we have the ORS Moisturizing Hair Lotion. It's hard. I can look at that and tell it's hard. See that? It's kind of like some old toothpaste. See that? Oh, look at that. Now you know that it has hardened. You see I was able to just scrape it up. Look at that. Before it was all creamy and wet. I do see oil. You see that? It's not water, just oil. Let's see this. It's cream. Okay, at least I'm able to rub it together. But I think we should still consider the fact that depending on how much you put on your hair, the product does harden after a while. So that's just more buildup that we experience on our hair. Okay, and then I'm getting the product and rubbing it more and more to get to the oil. But once you apply this product to your hair, no one goes back and rub, you know, product, just rub their hair like this. We always go back and apply more product on top of this old product, thinking that we're re-moisturizing our hair. And you know, the hair might receive moisture, but you have to consider that this is already on the hair. So when you put more product, that's just buildup, just product buildup. Product buildup leads to dry hair. Dry hair leads to breakage. So guys, with all of that being said about these products, I guess we can conclude that the moisture in these products do evaporate within 2 to 3 days. But I am going to go ahead and keep the products in this bowl for another week, for a total of 2 weeks. So the last 3 days plus what, 11 more days, just to see what happens. So basically meaning we're not adding moisture back into our hair because we're depending on these products to keep our hair moisturized. But as you can see, the moisture evaporates within 2 days, just like water. 2 to 3 days, just like the water that I use on my hair. Okay, so as far as day 3 results, I can say that the oil that remains on the hair does keep the hair conditioned. Oil cannot moisturize your hair because there's no water. Okay, so regarding the ORS moisturizing hair lotion, this is an example of why I rinse my daughter's hair in between wash day, meaning just to, make sure that product doesn't harden, and, just to rinse it away and maybe apply just a tad bit more. So if you do decide to, use the moisturizing hair lotion, I suggest applying the product every day, or at least every 2 days, but every day, in order to prevent the product from hardening. Is that word, hardening? From getting hard. Let's just say that. From getting hard. Because in my mind, I'm thinking if I just keep applying it, the moisture will remain and it won't give the product time to harden. That's a technique that I used to do when the girls were smaller, so it does work. Okay guys, this is what the Silk Elements moisturizing treatment looks like. Look at this. Can you believe this? Look how hard it is. Oh my gosh. No moisture in this. It's soft, but like underneath the hard part, this top part that I showed y'all in the previous clip, it's hard. It's like like some clay or something. Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like, clay. And underneath that top layer, look at this. Let me see if I can zoom in. Y'all can see a little bit better. Now let's zoom it out. Okay, look at that. You see that top layer right here? Girl, that is hard. Look at that. And that's what the bottom layer looks like. It's still creamy, but it's stiff. And there's absolutely no moisture left. But I do, I guess, feel like just a little bit of oil. It's still soft. And, the oil won't ever, I guess, go away. It's there to stay. See that? So it does feel soft, but look at how that clumps up. So just imagine, leaving this in your hair. I do see videos, where the people put the conditioner in and just leave it there. Oh, and just leave it in my hair. Girl, this is what you are leaving in your hair. Look at that. Get closer. See that? And in that first clip, this was so soft. And I was able to move it around. Now look at that. Look at that. Girl, I don't know. See that? And again, I must say, it does still feel soft because of the oil. But, that creamy part like this, look at that. It's just like clay. Okay, y'all, so next we have the Cream of Nature the argan oil leave-in conditioner. And do you see this? Let me zoom in so y'all can see closer. This has completely dried up. Listen to that. Hold on, keeping up too much noise. Look at that. It won't even come off the board. I mean the bowl. You see that? Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh wow. I was not expecting this. Look at that. It won't even move. See that? Girl, it's completely dry. And it's hard. It's stuck to the bowl. Look at that. So, think about it. This is what we are putting on our hair. Thinking, it's a leave-in and we need to condition our hair. And girl, look at that. Just imagine how this just sits on the hair strands and make them hard. And oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at that. Wow. The thing is, we use these products thinking, oh, I'm going to spray this on my hair and it's going to, condition and keep my hair moisturized. But come on, y'all saw in the previous clip, all of the moisture had gone with this leave-in. And look at this residue on your hair strands. Just imagine how much damage this could do to your hair strand. You see that? Wow. And to think this was actually a liquid. The other one, was a cream. This was actually a liquid. Look at that. Okay, guys, so now we have the ORS Moisturizing Hair Lotion. I use this on Nadia's and Haley's hair. Girl, look at this. This has completely dried out. Oh my gosh. In that previous clip, y'all know I was able to move it around, but look at this. Oh my gosh. Look. It's like clay also. But I can say you do still see the oil, and it is soft once I, rub it like that. But just the thought of this possibly, drying up on the hair strands like this right here. Because no one, goes back and, rub over dry hair just to get the oil to come out again. So once we apply it on our hair, it's there. So this is what happens. It just sits there and clumps up and hardens. Look at that. So maybe this is why, as I have mentioned, you see that? It is shiny and it is real oily and, soft. So your hair will still be conditioned, but as far as moisture, no. No. And your hair will feel, soft, but again, that's just the product that you're feeling. It's not that your hair is moisturized because the moisture has evaporated from the product. It's just the oil in the product. You see that? So as far as this product conditioning the hair, I can say that, it is a good product. Okay, y'all, so I'm just going to share some notes that I took from this experiment. Okay, so I believe that the creamy ingredients in the products help hold the moisture in the product because of, the substance of the product versus the leave-in only being a liquid. Therefore, the leave-in is, it's easier for the moisture to evaporate. I believe that the deep conditioners are only moisturizing until you wash the product out. So as soon as you wash the product out, and I do recommend hot water to make sure you get out as much of the residue as possible. But as soon as you wash that deep conditioner out, you're only left with the residue. Also, I believe that the hardened residue that's left, when you rinse the product out, or even just, allowing that moisturizing cream to dry out, I believe that that contributes to shedding as well as breakage. Shedding, if you apply it to your scalp, it's going to build up and eventually cause your scalp to be very dry, which could lead to the hair just falling out of your head. As far as breakage, I believe that the weight of let me just start here. I believe that when the product dries and, coats the hair strand, that's buildup. I believe that the weight of the dried residue on the hair strand can lead to breakage when we manipulate the hair. Meaning you already got, this heavy product, dried out, heavy product that feels like clay, feel like some dried toothpaste. And then we go in and, we try to manipulate the hair. Some of us comb the hair. So just think about what you're doing. It's going to break. The hair strand is not, that strong. It can break just like that, especially if, we're using the wrong kind of shampoo or a harsh shampoo. I should say that, a harsh shampoo. And even grease. This is the link for my highly requested wash day routine. When you watch that video, or if you have watched that video, I always say that I rinse my hair with hot water and put that little cap on. What I'm doing is rinsing off some of the grease, some of the dirt, some of the oil, and then allowing moisture to get back into my hair before I manipulate my hair. To me, this helps prevent the breakage. As I have mentioned in this video, grease can also, cause your hair to shed or break. You have to reset the grease, meaning you have to wash it out and reapply it. Don't get comfortable with the grease. Now the grease is good. I'm not anti-grease. I'm all about grease, but we keep it real over here. If you don't reset that grease, meaning wash it out and reapply it, wash it out, reapply it, you're going to experience buildup. Your hair is going to be dry and your hair can break or fall out of your head. And another point I wanted to make, I have always mentioned that that's not shed hair that we are experiencing. And I'm saying myself too. Even though I don't see a lot of, hair in the comb, or I don't lose a lot of hair on wash day because I'm constantly washing the grease out and, reapplying it. But as I was saying, I have always mentioned that that's not all shed hair. Girl, our hair cannot shed that much. You don't have that many strands of hair on your head. So they say, okay, you're supposed to shed 100 to 150 strands a day. I'm like, what? Girl, okay, multiply that times, how many days in a year? 52 days in a year? Okay, think of how many hair strands you would lose in a year. Okay, they say you only have about 150,000 strands of hair on your head. I don't even know if that's true. Notice I did say they say. But if that's true, and you're losing 150 strands a day, you will be bald in some years. And well, I won't say you won't be bald, but your hair will be continuously thinning, as time passes. Because if your hair sheds and the new hair has to grow out, right? How in the world are we supposed to retain the density of our hair all the way down? If the hair has to grow back out, it takes time. If it took me 4 years to grow my hair to this length, and some of my hair, it sheds. Oh, this hair is shedding. That hair that shed, that pore that's now empty, has to grow a new strand of hair. It's going to take, 4 years to grow that strand down to this length again? So, think about it. How in the world can we retain density? That tells you that it's not true. It's not true. And a lot of people, ask questions about how can I increase my density? And I always say, girl, you better stop using that conditioner. To me, if you are experiencing, like thinning hair, your ends are thinning, it has to be a culprit of, what's causing it. So if it's, you can see like thickness from here to here. You think, well, what happened to the hair down here? Something is causing our hair to break off. Something is causing our hair to shed more than it should. I believe that it's the conditioner. It's the creamy products. Let's just say that. The creamy products as well as the leave-in conditioner. I tell you what, let's just say I believe it's the products, including grease, if you don't wash it out of your head. Now, it may sound like, she always talk about grease and water. But again, I keep it real. I have always told y'all, make sure you wash it out of your hair and reset it. That's for any products. But the thing is with grease versus the conditioners, when you wash your hair, all of that conditioner doesn't come out. Some of it remains. Think about that leave-in conditioner, how it was all crusty and stuck and hard. All of that is not going to come out of your hair. Versus grease, girl, you just put some hot water, let it set. It's going to congeal and clump up. And then when you wash it, it's just going to flow off. It is going to leave like an oil barrier on the hair strand, but you just shampoo it off and start all over again, as I have shown y'all in this video up here. Okay, y'all, so that's pretty much it for this video. I know this was a very long video and I apologize, but I am so excited just to share the results with y'all. Again, let me just mention, now I chose to use these products because these are the products that I use on my daughter's hair as well as my hair. I suggest whatever products you use, you do the same experiment to see what results you will achieve. I think it's I'm scratching my head, y'all. It's time to wash it. I think this is a very, very important experiment to do because we got to figure out how to stop the shedding, how to stop the breakage. As far as this video, I said I was going to blow y'all mind, but girl, look, I think I blew my own mind. I think I need to rethink the products that I'm using in order to deep condition whenever I do decide to deep condition, which is not often, as well as the products that I'm using to when I flat iron my hair. I use the treatment, and then I wash that out, and I put that leave-in conditioner, then I put this and that. Here's the video for the staple products. It explains a lot to me because, when you, when I do flat iron my hair, I try not to touch it with the comb because it breaks. So I'm assuming that I got the residue from the conditioner, residue from the leave-in, all of that. When you blow dry, the only thing you're doing is, suctioning the moisture from your hair, and that product is hardening. I hope hardening is a word. It's probably not, but the product is hardening. So the hair is brittle. So, girl, I gotta rethink this. Okay, guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. Please leave me some comments. Tell me what you think of the results. Are you going to rethink the products that you use? Are you going to try this experiment? I think that's it. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. And hello to all of my new subscribers. Yeah. So that is it. Thumbs up this video. Share this video with all of your social media friends. And until the next video, guys. Bye-bye.